with an aroma can do. Brighter day for me and you. The best part of waking up is in your cup.
They say humans are social animals. They can't live alone. But you can live pretty well by yourself. I tell you, instead of feeling alone in a group, it's better to have real solitude all by yourself.
So I guess you guys are probably wondering, Phil, why are you walking down the street like that? Well, it's kind of a long story, but I guess I got time to tell you guys. It all started when I went off to college and stupid bullies followed me, god damn it.
This holiday season, every time you purchase a 12-ounce SnortBucks coffee, a portion of the proceeds will be given to the Penny Foundation, the world's premier charity dedicated to helping down-on-their-luck content creators pay their daily bills.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money. I need my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill.
So stop by your local SnortBucks today and help send some Penny their way.
All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom and welcome to the Galtopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the Snort Report, brought to you by SnortBucks Coffee Company, the best beverage company. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with two videos that will make up our broadcast. So that's fun. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Both videos are provided to us by Burnell, DSP. The first one of the lowest streams of my life. I can't leave YouTube money, and I'm against reaction videos. Sure. Even though, isn't the retrospective stream basically just one big ass marathon of reaction videos? Yeah, semantics, I'm sure. It's a small discrepancy. Don't give it too much attention. That video is from January 21st of 2020, our current year of gout. And our second and last video that will round up our broadcast is also by SnortBucks, DSP. Everybody ignores me, fuck off. And I'd be happy streaming without getting contributions. Wow, there's all kinds of discrepancies in this. This is from January 22nd of 2020, our current year of gout. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of nonsense here because that's kind of what it is. So let's not, go ahead and be unceremonial about it. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's carve them up nice and neat. As you guys know, there are two videos, which means there'll be two tasty videos in between. The first tasty video should have already played up to this point. If not, it will play literally in another minute or so. And then I'll let you guys know when the second one comes in. Also, there'll probably be an ad somewhere in here. Not actually an ad, but an advertisement, if you will. Like an actual advertisement that I've inserted in. Probably going to be for Paul promoting the season 2 of his new series, so look out for that. Hoping to add a few more from some selective individuals as time goes on, so that should be a thing. Looking forward to that and whatnot. And that's that. I hope your guys' day goes well, and let's go ahead and get into this, and let's make of it what we can. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News, always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh yes, a GTG Network and Productions. You guys all know the slogan, I don't smell no bacon cooking yet. And I don't smell my SnortBucks coffee being brewed either. Actually, we're going with cappuccino today. But I don't smell it brewing yet. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time to watch me work. Because I guess between me and DSP, someone's got to do it. Burnell's already put in enough work for everybody, right? Let's go!
warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Something doesn't look right.
Ah, yes. I'm glad she appreciates it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the first video that will make up our broadcast for today. Brought to us by Burnell, DSP. One of the lowest streams of my life. I can't leave YouTube money. And I'm against reaction videos. This is from January 21st of 2020, our current year of gout. Let's go.
Something is not right. I evolved these already. Oh, come on. Don't tell me the game fucked up and didn't save my progress from last stream. Don't tell me that.
I find that that's a problem that he's been having rather frequently lately. Who could say? I mean, I guess it could be one of those situations that maybe you shouldn't leave your console on all night. I don't know. Semantics.
Because I know I saved the game.
Are you telling me the game didn't save any of that? Why not? I save every time I play. I save the fucking game. I don't think it didn't. I'm at 305 Pokemon. You've got to be fucking kidding me. The game...
I guess it's time for him to put that overtime in, right, ladies and gentlemen? You know, the business is behind, and you got to make up. You got to recoup, right, that progress. So I guess there'll be some overtime today.
Not save any of my progress.
That entire night stream I did last time did not happen. So, there's nothing I can do about this.
I mean, the money happened, so just replay it. You got paid for it regardless if you think about it.
I'm fucked, essentially. Everything I did last week did not save. A 2-hour awesome stream of progress completely fucking lost. Well, if you remember the reason I turned off autosave, because people were like, why is autosave off? Because when I first started playing the game in November, it was completely glitched out. And autosave was causing everyone's games to corrupt. So I turned off autosave and never turned it back on. I really need something to pick me up tonight and make me feel better, because I'm actually really sad right now. I hate 2 hours of wasted time. We had a great stream last time, too.
Tips.
Minor setback, and ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest, for someone who plays games for a living, terribly, but plays games for a living, it's a minor setback. It really is. No big fucking deal. But he needs someone to pick him up. These people are supposed to be coming to him to be entertained. They're supposedly, air quotes, are supposed to be going to him to escape reality and forget about some of the problems. Sorry, I have to chuckle at it because it's hilarious. Escape reality and kind of walk away from some of the troubles in their own life to be entertained and hang out with him. But yet he's turning around to them and telling them, you guys need to go ahead and throw me some money, or you guys need to cheer me up because, you know, I'm really down right now. He's in a privileged position, if one would want to call it that. I mean, not to say being DarkSydePhailure is a privileged position, but in theory, what he does is a privileged position, so to speak. And he's in a very privileged position where it's no big deal. It's just another stream that he was going to stall or sandbag on anyway. And I'm sure he was compensated at least decently well on that last Pokemon stream. But I need you guys to pick me up, though. I need you guys to make me feel better. So then I'm in a good enough mood to entertain you guys in a game that I really don't give a shit about anyway, unless I'm basically siphoning money out of you guys so you can name my fucking Pokemons that I'll play for like 1 or 2 game sessions, and then they fall into the gouty ether and no one ever hears from them again until he's ready to trade them or whatever. Okay.
I needed them pretty badly.
Remember, the top contributor of tonight will get to name a Pokemon in the game. I don't want to stop mentioning that or stop doing that. Obviously,
point proven.
We are getting closer to the end of the playthrough. We would have been a lot closer if I had actually saved last stream, which obviously I didn't. But you can still name a Pokemon if you're the top one. Oh wait, I know exactly why. I know why I didn't save. I can tell you right now. So now that the thing is, now that you guys know about everything going on with me behind the scenes, you know, with my finances and everything, you know what's going on. So guess what?
So it's my depression is the reason why I couldn't save my fucking game. Because it was my depression and my financial not inconsistencies, irresponsibilities is the reason why I didn't save my game. But that didn't stop me from bitching at you guys about 20 minutes ago about how down I was and how I'm going to need that pick-me-up. And it needs to be green. And he's not talking about snot. Disgusting snort. Jesus Christ, Phil. Such a scumbag.
What I had to do last Sunday night. After the Pokemon stream, I sat at that computer for nearly 3 hours crunching financials to present to my bankruptcy attorney so that we could file for bankruptcy. So I had that in my mind the entire night. Oh my god, tonight I gotta do all this fucking work to show, you know, what an awful situation I'm in financially and everything. And it really was all last weekend. It was like just bothering me all weekend that this was happening and everything. That's what happened. I had a great stream and all that shit was in my head and I fucking just forgot to save because of it. I didn't even think. I was like, I just gotta get to work to this now. I gotta get to work to get it done to send it to the bankruptcy attorney. And it completely slipped my mind. Wow.
What do you mean nothing is ever my fault? I just said it's my fault, you fucking idiot. I literally just said I did not save. I'm telling you why I didn't save because I completely forgot. Just because I'm giving you a reasoning and a rationale of what happened.
No, what you're doing is you're giving them a pity party type story here to try to justify your own incompetence. The moment you were done with the last stream, how hard would it have been to just, once you clicked off the YouTube video, as he normally does, hit save, take off your little earphones, your little headset, and then move the fuck on. And it didn't look like he was in such a hurry to get off of that stream, you know what I'm saying, if one went back to look. Just saying. And you're going to tell me that after a 2-hour stream, you really think he's going to get on his PC and go ahead and do 3 hours of financial crunching to work on his bankruptcy? Really? He wouldn't do that with his taxes. He would have just taken the day off. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there.
I'm not taking responsibility for it, you fucking idiot. God, I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
Don't call you an idiot? Okay, I'll just ban you then, since you're being an asshole. And you only have a 16-hour-old account, so gee, I wonder what it means. Fucking moron. PW Dubs took me $1, says, how am I the only tipper with $1 so far? Something must be wrong. PW Dubs, like I told you guys, I don't control it. I don't know what happens. Some streams people are very generous, and some streams is dead. I don't know what inspires people to contribute during a stream in particular. Maybe at this point people are just dead tired of Pokemon. I'm having fun with you guys now, hanging out with you talking. I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are having a good time too, but it doesn't necessarily mean people are going to contribute, you know? Alright, mature adult, thanks for the cheer. No, I don't need your advice. Appreciate it. Trust me, this morning I paid to take a freaking financial course, and apparently I have to do another 2-hour course later on in this whole bankruptcy process, so I don't need your help, but thanks for the offer. Thanks to everyone who did contribute tonight. I know Kate cheered, the biggest cheer of the night. We had Aki Artorias, we had Papa Vera, mature adult. We had a couple dollars.
Look at how sad that is. Mr. allegedly spent fucking $40,000 on WWE champions and whatnot, is literally scrounging to get $2. $2. Mr. Entertainer, I've been doing this for almost 3 years. I think I have a grasp on how streaming works. His words, not mine. Yet, we can't drum up any support in what would be the worst possible situation he's ever been. All those times they said before were blatant exaggerations. He's literally fucked. And even in an even worse position, he's in, sorry, let's reword that. He's probably in one of the worst positions ever in his life. He's definitely in the worst position he's ever been in his life financially. And you can't even inspire more than $2, which both of those are probably going to get charged back anyway. Excuse me. And what about all these people who enjoy hanging out with you and enjoy spending time with you, and all these people who appreciate your content and so on and so forth? You know, all those people who thought that you did such a good job that you deserve a tip. Yet again, his words, not mine. Where are they at? It's funny how the stream that he was referring to, which was, I guess, a week ago, well, if we're on our current timeline with this, about a week ago, and whatnot was supposed to inspire all of this support. Where is it? Where is that support? It's kind of like when people make the argument that, oh, well, you know, Phil, if he went to go and get a real job, he'd never make as much as he does now. So it's kind of pointless to say that. And in some degree, they're kind of right. I mean, there's, you know, to a degree. The problem is, though, ladies and gentlemen, is that if Phil has a week of situations like this, then how much money is he really making? What happens if that week turns into 2 weeks? What happens if those 2 weeks turn into a month? What happens if that month turns into a couple months? Wings of Redemption can kind of understand what I was saying if he heard this. Then what? So in all of that dead air time where we're only making $2 a stream, maybe, just maybe, he could be out doing something else. Just throwing it out there. It's not like you couldn't have a part-time job, for example, and do what Phil does. Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen, there are children who do what Phil does and are more profitable. You guys ever seen Twitch and they're like Call of Duty, or in Call of Duty, Dota, League of Legends, Fortnite? I mean, I don't even know if some of those kids are even old enough to be legally streaming on Twitch, but that's neither here nor there. That's semantics. Excuse me. Either which way, who have sponsorships up the ass all over their layouts and everything. Donations are crazy. And they go to school, ladies and gentlemen. They go to school. Phil's failure in 2020 is just going to be, it's so amazing. It's so pronounced. That's what it is. It's really just so pronounced. It's great stuff. DSP News.
Different PW dubs. Literally one of the slowest streams I've ever had in my life right now. I don't know why, but I guess that's life. Alright, so we got that all set. Shout out to Jerkstor, to me $20 and my husband is going to kill me. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Jerkstor, that your husband will kill you. But I say thank you for the $20 tip, I appreciate it. Since contributions were so bad tonight, this will help. It is a wishy-washy, you're absolutely right. Run Exclamation. Timmy $3, sir. I want to know why I've been banned. I feel like I'm missing out. I don't know. Is that your actual name in the chat? Hold on. Did he die? Let's see. You were banned 1,000,000 years ago. Oh, let's see. Because you yelled at me early in 2019. You said you wanted to see a day where I don't talk about tax.
He can go back that far and check that? I didn't know that because I don't stream. But holy shit. So wait a second. So when people accuse Sidella of ban evasion, then he knows what they're saying is true. Because he would be able to look up Sidella's account. And he could probably backtrack it. Especially since him and Sidella talk. So he knows exactly who the fuck Sidella is. So he is kind of participating in ban evasion. Or he's... what's the word I'm looking for? He's enabling ban evasion, I should say. Yikes.
Anything that when I say nothing bothers me, and then you ask me when I'm taking my wife out of the basement.
Lol.
So that's why you were banned, because you're a fucking asshole. That's why you were banned in first half of 2019, because you're an asshole to me. You insulted me about needing help with taxes, and then you insulted my wife. So that's why you're not why you're not here anymore. Sorry. Here's your...
I mean, but what about when the Drunken Peasants email... Sorry. What about when your emails between you and the Drunken Peasants came out and you basically outed Catherine for her alleged abusive relationship with Subaru Man and used that as an excuse to not go on their show? That sounds kind of pathetic. So, I mean, just throwing that out there. Which is kind of funny because if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, it's not too different than what he did to Panda when he ousted her on some of her issues. All to protect himself or for him to prosper. Well, can't wait for us to go over the Drunken Peasant emails. Those should be fun.
Answer. And by the way, all you wanted to know why you were banned. That's why you were banned. There's your answer. Equilibrium, stop that right now. As I say every stream, no one is required to ever contribute on a stream, and no one should feel pressured to. You don't have to. Alright? Listen. Some streams are great for contributions, some are not. You know, people are actually bringing it up with me that it's so slow tonight. I'm not even saying anything. I'm responding to people talking about it themselves. It is what it is. Every stream can't be an amazing, fundraising winner. It's not gonna happen, many Pokemon streams have been. Why tonight in particular is not, I don't know. Well, I don't want anyone to feel pressured or anyone to feel like, oh god, Phil didn't make anything this stream or anything like that. That's not how it is.
Well, I'm in a much better mood now than I was earlier, that's for sure. I've gotten nice and cheered up, so thank you guys. That's awesome stuff. I can't wait. I'm having so much fun now, really, seriously, and I cannot wait for more. This is cool because I'm getting that positive vibe that I had for most of 2017. I'm getting it back now. Now I'm getting that groove back, getting that vibe back. I'm ready for fun stuff. I hope you guys are ready too.
Junior Mint 007 did 100-bit cheers. Says, I realize you and your detractors are in an ecosystem that can't exist without the other. The more you have, the more successful you are. Don't you think? Good morning. See, here's the thing. They very, very much need me. I don't need them in the fucking least. Because if they didn't exist, if they weren't constantly deriding me and making fun of me, I would actually have a much larger positive viewer base.
No.
People wouldn't be constantly here just to make fun of me. People wouldn't constantly be trying to fabricate drama and insult me and my family. Instead, it would just...
How does that make sense exactly? Okay, let's play hypothetical. Let's play hypothetical pignosis. That's gonna be the new game we play over here sometimes, if I remember to. Okay, so hypothetical pignosis. If he didn't have detractors, trolls, critics, or haters, he would be much more popular. He'd have a much more positive community. Now, let's think about this. This right here is still working off of our current pig roach behavior. What makes him think that if he's not going to be able to change his behavior, which he wouldn't, right? He would still be the ass clown that he is because he's always been that way. That he wouldn't end up just breeding detractors. You got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, the original detractors, right, our founding fathers, if you will, were fans themselves. At least some of them were. They were fans themselves. They were people who at least frequented his content. You can watch somebody's content and not be a fan of them. You know, it is a thing. But that's who his detractors were. So they came right out of his own roach nest, if you think about it. So with that being said, if detractors never formed and everybody that disagreed with him or everybody who tried to give him advice and he didn't want to hear it, if he banned all of those people, if he exiled all those people, if you will, out of his community, then what would happen? It would have just happened at a later time and date. He still would have bred detractors. It's what he does. You can't change that. When you tell a bunch of people that what they say doesn't mean anything, fuck you, get out. Excuse me. Excuse me. Fuck you, get out. Eventually, those people are going to rally. And then more and more people who haven't been banned, or maybe haven't, or have been at least mistreated but haven't been banned yet or exiled, will eventually flock over to them too. Which is essentially how the detractor movement, if you will, eventually started. So what is he talking about? It'd have been different if he had said, if I didn't have detractors, I would probably not be as negative of an individual as I am, and then, you know, things probably would be different. But he didn't do that, which means that Phil Phil wants everybody else to change, but not him. Phil wants to continue to be Phil. DSP, DarkSydePhailure, Dspgaming still wants to be him. But everybody else has to change. Everybody else has to conform. Everybody else has to be understanding. Anybody see the problem in that? Even a little bit?
Be about me making positive content or people just ignoring that content because they don't like it. It wouldn't be about, oh, it's time to make fun of Phil constantly, you know, because we can. And that's what's frustrating to me.
But, I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of people who just ignore you or left you for dead. There's plenty of people who did that. But just because they could do that doesn't necessarily mean that they should. And if they're not over there in your community, air quotes, and they form a community of their own and they want to talk about some of their issues or some of the issues that they have with you, they can do so. Perfect example. Kiwi Farms talks about this a lot. Kiwi Farms are kind of just observers. Now, don't be wrong, there are detractors, trolls, critics, and haters over there. But if you look at it at the core, they're kind of just watching. You know, they're kind of just watching the dumpster fire. So they're not really on either side. They just go ahead and react to whatever it is that they choose to react on. They, if anything, Kiwi Farms to some degree looks at the whole DSP and detractor community as a whole and whatnot. It's not necessarily siding with anybody. To be honest, at least some of them try not to do that. They kind of just look at the whole situation and just give their opinion. And they shit on Phil daily. And most of them aren't even DSP fans. If you read the forums sometimes, you occasionally hear of people saying like, yeah, I came from this, this thread over there, and I was hearing about what was going on over here, so I just popped in to see what's up. Oh, wow, that shit's crazy. Oh, wow, he really does this? Oh, shit, there's a detractor community? It's kind of interesting and refreshing to a degree to hear people who have never heard of DSP come in and see this whole shit and be like, wow, this is kind of silly. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But this is what he breeds, though, for example. You know what I'm saying? Even the people on Kiwi farms can tell you that, you know what I'm saying, they're not on really anybody's side, depending on who you talk to. But Phil's still a piece of shit for what he does. And that's someone those people have no stake in this. So how do you explain that? And yet again, it goes back to Phil wanting everybody else to conform, but not him. So he's just going to run around and have the same problems. He's going to run into the same issues. And he's going to face the same type of hardships, no matter what. Whether the detractor community started prior to the This Is How You Don't plays, or if it happened years later, it would probably still ended up the same way. Just saying. And Phil should be lucky, excuse me, because you've heard me say this, that early detractors should have been able to see through his bullshit. A lot of them did. A lot of them just gave him mercy. He's kind of lucky because if you think about it, he's lucky that he had the detractors that he did early on. Because if he had later detractors, or if let's remix that. If he had Wings of Redemption detractors, he might have been in a whole lot more shit. Like a whole lot more shit. We've had this discussion over here before, ladies and gentlemen. DSP is very, very lucky he doesn't have Wings of Redemption detractors. Because they play no games. At all. Like, they come so razor close to Jordy's carotid arteries, it's nuts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they literally bring the blade up to his throat. And they might even break a couple layers of skin. It's wild what they do sometimes. They've kind of eased up as of late. But that about a 2-year span, though, they were at Jordy's ass. All day. DSP hasn't had that. DSP gets called out for his bullshit. Which hurts him even more because he values his word so goddamn much. But they never really brought the fight to his doorstep, though. Not like what they did to Jordy. He should consider himself very, very fortunate. Anyway, this is my opinion, of course. DSP News?
Is these people act like, oh, you see, Phil, you get something out of it. No, I really don't. I wouldn't be anywhere even near the situation I'm in my life, financially and stuff, if these people had left me alone over the years. I'd be much better off. I'm certainly not.
No, you wouldn't, because you were sitting there financially misappropriating funds anyway. You screwed yourself up financially. I think I talked about this in the last, at least 1 or 2 broadcasts, that he screwed himself up financially before, predating the false copyright strikes for the fan art. He screwed himself up. You can't throw that onto a detractor. You can't. Especially since like I said, he did that all on his own. He was misappropriating funds. His spending was outrageous, and he was in a decline, views wise or financially. His income anyway was in decline, and it wasn't recouping. And why the moron thought it would makes no sense. But the crazy thing is that despite the fact that his income on YouTube was falling, mommy and daddy were still giving him money. And then if you want to add Patreon into that later on, he was still collecting Patreon money. And yet, for whatever reason, he's still squealing that he's broke. But yet him and Panda can go on them staycations. Him and Panda can go off and keep buying shit on their days off and whatnot, and going out and having a good time doing fun stuff. It's funny how, if you guys go back and look, when him and Panda took days off, they were going out, spending time with each other, having a good time, this, that, and the third. Him and Catherine, we have to run errands. We have to pay bills. We have to do this, that, and the third. You know, we have to do all this adult shit. You know what I'm saying? We can't do the fun stuff anymore. But with Panda, it was a completely different story. It's kind of funny how that works out, right? Kind of funny how that's a thing. Now, Phil will tell you, oh, well, it's because he changed. You know what I'm saying? He's more mature now. This, that, and the third. Well, then that means his immaturity is what screwed up his funds, which put him into the financial situation he's in. That doesn't have anything to do with another detractor. I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
Saying that the issues I have are my own. They are. They're my fault. Things that I've done. But at the same time, you gotta understand that I'd be in a much better position if these people didn't fucking exist. Okay, that's just horse shit. Anyone who says that, you're being an apologist for people who are disgusting and toxic and basically really nasty to me on a daily basis. So they need me, absolutely. If I didn't exist, if I wasn't here to stream every day, make content, and they didn't have anything to riff on, they would fade away into obscurity and never exist again. I don't need them in the least. I don't want anything to do with them. I hope that eventually they'll go away. Probably will never happen, but I'm just saying that is complete horseshit. I completely disagree with you. Okay then.
You know, don't you love that? Oh, these people completely destroy Phil and slander him every day, but that's okay because it gives Phil attention, so he should be grateful. It's like, oh, fuck yourself. You're out of your fucking mind. Right. It's very salty, but it also has this, like, sour flavor to it. It does. I've got this aftertaste in my mouth. Ugh. That just, it's not going away. It's a lingering saltiness in my mouth that is just not very pleasant.
Anonymous, not Jasper. Okay? To be $1, why not after your late stream, you restream your earlier one so that fans who are up late can come watch rather than go to YouTube. This way they can chat with other night viewers, and possibly, I'm sure you can increase donations. That's really rough. But I think what you're trying to say is, why don't I do a rerun of my earlier stream at night, right?
Now, I want to hear how he's going to sit there and try to explain why he can't micromanage a stream that could possibly make him money while he's sleeping. I want to hear him micromanage his bullshit. And I want you guys to hear how pathetic the excuse behind this is. And how that correlates with why there's no comments on his YouTube channels anymore. Strap in.
After my late stream, so people who missed the earlier stream can come by and interact with other viewers and watch the same content together, and maybe people would actually contribute during that stream.
Yeah, especially since when you put your fucking streams on YouTube, no one gives a fuck because they can't use the comment section. So they can't actually, like, conversate with each other. Or interact with each other, or the video itself, to be honest. So, I can't wait to hear what your reasoning is behind this. Should be good. Not really.
It's very, very simple, because there'd be no moderation. And when there's no moderation...
And there you go. More of that micromanagement, right, ladies and gentlemen?
That means anyone could do anything, and they could completely make my stream chat disgusting, toxic, racist. And sadly, I hate to say this, but people on Twitch are held accountable for what's in their stream chats. If you don't moderate your stream chat properly, you can actually get into major trouble. If someone comes in...
I think you're kind of exempt of that. There's been quite a bit of shit that goes on in your chat. It's proof of this. And you're still there until you said something stupid about that dude with the colored hair. Then all of a sudden you got a problem. But, you know, you and some of the people in your chat say shit about colored people and nothing ever comes out of that. So I don't see what the problem is. Just my opinion, of course.
Here and starts posting up disgusting racist stuff, I could get in major hot water with Twitch.
Since when has racism bothered you or anybody in the chat? Being that if you guys go back to like 2018, for example, there was stuff that was blatantly racist thrown into his chat about a multitude of shit. He turned over, see it, and then immediately turned his head back to the TV. He just completely ignored it. And there wasn't any moderation at all for that. No one got banned or no one got punished for that. So now what? It's funny how the only reason why now, if one was to say that he clamped down on the chat, is when he got screwed up for talking shit about that dude with the colored hair in his chat. Then all of a sudden the rules need to be clamped down on everybody when he fucked up. There's already been a bunch of Nazi fuckery going on in his chat already, and that didn't bother anybody, or at least it didn't bother him, so nothing ever happened. Just something to think about.
I'm not going to hold my mods accountable that they need to be on the stream 24/7 when I'm not even on the fucking stream. That's ridiculous.
It is kind of ridiculous, to be honest, especially since you can't get those mods to show up now, and when they don't show up, you're pretty pissed off that they don't. I don't know. Maybe you need to get on Discord and talk to them a little more about it. I don't know. Just my opinion.
In addition to that, you know, do I make any money on YouTube videos? Yes. Is it a lot? No. But I do make money on them. All right? And the real reason that...
So what? So we're opening up another avenue of income then. For those who, as he said, according to Piggy lore, right? Not everybody can go to Twitch because their bandwidth can't control it or can't handle it. So that's why he still puts stuff on YouTube as, you know, fanfare, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Fan service. So for those who want to still deal with that on YouTube, they can. But for those who can handle Twitch, despite despite however they decide to use it, whether going through console, going through desktop or laptop or their phone, whatever the case may be. For those people who can handle it and whatnot, why are they being cut off from communicating with each other and having the right to use chat? And on top of that, can't he put like filters on so certain words and phrases or whatever can't be used? He can do that now, actually. I think LSB has said, I know Tevin has, I'm pretty sure Tevin said it, but LSB has said that too, that he can put in certain keywords that can be filtered out. So why is it that that's an excuse? Oh, well, I don't want to see any racism in my chat, you know what I'm saying? And there's nobody there to moderate. Then go ahead and use your filters and clean that shit up. Put all the little restrictions you want on there and then let it happen. No, see, Phil is, and I think one of the real reasons is, ladies and gentlemen, is that Phil is already up late anyway, watching and listening to detractor content. He doesn't want to go to his Twitch and seeing people who probably have sub buttons or sub badges or donation badges in there being like, wait a second, didn't Phil say this like a week ago, but the story don't sound right? He doesn't want those type of inconsistencies. He doesn't want a stream where people can go in and actually be like, something don't sound right about this, or he's lying about this, or he misspoke about this. The story don't sound right. He don't want that. Especially since these are the pay piggies, ladies and gentlemen. These are the people who are paying the bills. And if he sees that the pignosis is wearing off and he can't do anything about it because theoretically he's supposed to be in bed with his wife, you know, his soulmate, things are going to get kind of ugly. I think that's what it really comes down to. It's kind of pathetic. Dspnews.
YouTube is more beneficial than Twitch is because YouTube requires way less bandwidth to watch. So, for example, you watch my live stream, it uses a ton of your bandwidth up. Because it's a live.
Yet again, for the people, though, who have bandwidth to spare and who want to talk to each other, why can't they use... Why can't you rerun stuff on Twitch for them? You can go ahead and bring up YouTube all you want, but YouTube is not what people are talking about. We're talking about Twitch. And like I said, you don't have a comment section that can be used on YouTube. And you could put filters into that too for certain stuff to not be said. You won't do it because you're a bitch. So what's your point? So it kind of proves, ladies and gentlemen, that if you're a DarkSydePhailure fan, there's no such thing as freedom of speech. You don't have a First Amendment right. If you're not sucking him off or praising him or just giving him large amounts of money, he doesn't want you there. And this is kind of proof positive.
Stream. If you watch that same exact video on YouTube of that live stream later, it uses way less bandwidth. So there are a lot of viewers of mine around the world who tell me, Phil, thank you so much for still uploading to YouTube because I can watch your stuff while
You have people who tell you that around the world. They don't tell you that on YouTube. And I don't know if they've ever said that to you or if they do say that to you, I should say, on Twitter, unless they're doing it in DMs. How else are they going to be able to communicate with you to say that? Just throwing that out there. Just using a level of common sense when we think about stuff like this. On top of that, it's funny that you have viewers from around the world that say it, but when you look at your videos, it's kind of consistent with like the same old song and dance individuals. Plus or minus a spike of maybe 100 people or more. Just throwing that out there. And why is it that your views are still dropping? Yikes.
cannot watch it on Twitch. It's too bandwidth intensive, okay? In addition to all of that, you may not be aware of this, but there is a rule that you can only have on-demand content on one site at a time if you're going to put...
That's not true either. Now, is that an actual rule? Yes. Is it a rule that's enforced? No. At least certainly not by partners. And whatnot. At least not by every partner. You can go to Twitch right now and look at anybody who has a YouTube channel. You go back into their archives and you can find the stream. You can watch it. You go to their YouTube channel, more than likely it's over there too, if they decide to upload it there. So that's not a thing. Or it's not a thing, like I said, that's enforced. So let's give him that much. It's not something that's readily enforced. Womp womp. What Twitch would really care about the most is you not being able to stream on 2 different platforms. That's really what they care about. The residuals of what you do with your streams afterwards, they probably don't give a shit about. Or at least not that much. Certainly if you're partnered.
Advertisements on it. So for example, if I'm running a stream here on Twitch, okay, and that stream is monetized, that means that I cannot at the very same time have the same stream running on YouTube and monetize it. It's against the rules of both partnership programs to do so. Now, what
if you think about it though, he is monetizing his stream on Twitch because there's ads running on it, and he collects money on it. Then he takes the stream after he's done, and then he throws it over on YouTube and monetizes it there. So either way, well, if one wanted to look at it in such a way, he's still double dipping. He can go ahead and use the caveat that, oh, you can't do it at the exact same time. But you're still double dipping. If you think about it.
Do is do a live stream on Twitch, end the stream, make sure that that stream is not archived anywhere on Twitch, and then upload it to YouTube, because then you've seen it live, but it's gone, and now it could exist somewhere else. See what I mean? So, for example, if I were to record this stream right now, Knights of the Old Republic, alright, and it finishes, and I upload it to YouTube, but then I try to broadcast it again later on Twitch, technically, that's violating the rules. Technically. Now, from what I'm to understand, there are people who basically get around these rules. They do it anyway. They don't get in trouble. But you guys know me. I'm the guy who has so many stalkers. These idiots will mass report me for even the slightest misbehavior. And knowing that this is against the rules, they'll probably mass report me to Twitch and say, Phil did this. He's got it on 2 sides. See, he's violating the partnership program. So, I can't do it. Okay? It's that simple. Sorry about that.
That's really sad. Especially since Phil has said in the past that he would consider leaving the archives up for people who didn't want to watch it on YouTube, so they could watch it on Twitch. But now it's the detractors' fault that he can't do it. We're going to hide literally behind Twitch TOS that he don't give a shit about anyway, for the most part. And we're going to hide behind detractor threats on why we can't do something to make ourselves more money. And what would be considered most important, accommodating to longtime fans. Okay.
I understand what you're saying, that it could be an interesting idea, but number one, I'm not going to hold my mod staff accountable for being here when I'm not, and number two, I can't do it on 2 sites at once. Okay?
Star Beast just hit me $5 and says, hand over those beautiful titties. Oh my god!
Anonymous.Jasper tipped me another $1 and says, I know you don't like React streams. I don't blame you. Would you ever consider giving in and doing maybe one to see if it brings any significant donations? Sometimes you have to do things you hate just to get by in life, just trying to give helpful suggestions. Well, if you mean a React stream, meaning watch something live and react to it live, no. And I understand what you're saying. Sometimes you have to do things you don't like to get by. You're right. More than likely, if I live streamed E3 and I did live reactions to it, probably the first time I did it would get some kind of added attention. I don't think it would be anything that would be long lasting, especially because if I told you guys,
But you don't know. So it's funny how Mr. I don't want to try anything new until I get paid to do it, right? Like if this shit became a sub goal or something, I bet you he'd do it then and whatnot. It's funny how Mr. I don't know shit about shit can go ahead and give you the negatives. This is what this is, by the way. All the negatives of doing it. Why would you guys ask me to put in more effort into something that's not going to work in the long term? Yeah, in the short term, I'm going to bleed you guys for some money, and the stream might be successful. But then after that, it's just going to fall off, so I don't see the point. But you haven't tried it yet. You don't know. Oh, well, I'm pretty confident that's how it's going to work. I know how my business works. That's why you're foreclosed. That's why you're bankrupt. Yeah, you really know what your business is. You know what you're doing. You really do, Phil. You really do. It's amazing how he looks at that for almost every goddamn suggestion. And he wonders why people think he's a piece of shit. He's so quick to ask you for help, but he's not willing to try anything new, especially if he's not compensated in advance for it. And then if it fails, thanks for the money, dummies. You guys were idiots for even recommending this to me. Just throwing it out there. DSP News.
React stream, you're not going to see what you're looking for. When you watch these react streams of people, you're looking for people with these crazy, over-the-top, hilarious reactions. Oh my god, look at his shocked face. Oh my god, look what he said. Look at it. I don't do that shit. You know, when I watch E3, I'm trying to absorb as much information as possible. I'm trying to take copious notes so that I can talk about this subject later. I'm not here to act like a fucking clown or a muppet on the fucking stream and go, wow, I can't believe it. I'm not doing that shit.
Now remember, this is supposed to be for fun, but he's so desperate to try to turn this into a job or make it seem like it's a job that he would rather not do it at all. He would rather not do it at all. He literally gave them a reason why, or he literally told them, I should say, why it's hard work and how serious he takes his hard work, and that's why he would never do it. That's just amazing. That's fucking special.
So really, the whole campy appeal of React or reacting to this content doesn't exist for me, okay? I understand it may exist for, for many other people. It doesn't exist for me. I don't think you're going to like it. So that's why I don't do it.
I'm against the whole thing.
I don't think you're going to like it, despite the fact that he has multiple streams saying, I don't know why people aren't coming out. I don't know why people aren't attending the streams. I don't know why people aren't contributing. But I thought you said people were really going to like this game, Phil. Well, I thought you guys really would like the game. How many times have you heard Phil say, well, I think you guys are going to really like this game. He plays it and that shit damn near fails. Or it gets wage quit. Or it gets thrown on the back burner for whatever happens 6 months down the line. Because he thought you liked it. He thought he knew what you guys wanted. Yikes.
Philosophy of React videos. I think React videos are one of the lowest forms of content creation. They take little to zero effort. You can literally do no prep at all, play a clip and just react to it, and apparently, get tons of views and money because people are very, very gullible and think that this is quality content. It is not. It is the ultimate fluff piece of the internet. It's junk. I don't like to make junk.
So obviously he lied.
I like to make what I feel is viable entertainment and or meaningful content, and I don't feel...
Since when is viable or meaningful translating to actually entertaining? I'm just saying. Like, instead of this whole... Basically what he's saying is, instead of making self-serving content, which is basically what he's saying here, how about we just try to make something that's fun and entertaining? Which is what he tries to promote. Just throwing it out there. Just a suggestion from a brain-dead idiot.
That would be meaningful content, and that's why I don't make it. You're right. I might make some extra money doing it. I don't care. So there you go.
Junior Mint did a 100-bit cheer.
Remember that statement when he loses his house, ladies and gentlemen. Because that's going to be funny.
Claiming that Wings of Redemption claims his detractors' videos and makes money doing it. I don't know how he does that. Seriously, I have no idea. And I'm all about that. I don't care about that shit. I don't know why.
Couple of things. Wings does actually say he does that. I think he said, let's see, I don't know if it was like Unlimited Beggar or Unlimited Beg. I think he said he did that to his channel. I don't think that's true though. And I think he said it was either Lean or Sean Ranklin. He said that he tried to do that to one of their two channels. Like I said, no one knows if he's able to do that or not. As for DSP though, he can talk all the hot shit he wants to talk now. But if you guys remember your piggy lore, Phil left one MCN back then when, MCNs were relevant. Phil's words, not mine. Phil left one MCN to go to another MCN on the premise, or one of the premises, I should say, that they would go ahead and claim detractor content for him, and all of that money would go into his coffers. He actually left an MCN for that. Now, like I said, that's one of the aspects of this supposed deal that he found favorable for his cause. But he did do it. He did act upon it until he got screwed over, and then he had to run back. Just for clarification, we're talking about the curse and the Platabi or Leveria media situation. Just for clarification. So it's not like Phil hasn't tried to capitalize off the tractor content. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
You're bringing up the tractor videos. I have nothing to do with it. Thank you for the cheer. Okay.
Damn. Ran up into his spot, flexed on him, and then went ahead and spread the wings on his ass. Like, what you gonna do now, punk? Damn, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go into our next and last tasty segment. It should be good. And then we'll go into our last broadcast. I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you.
is how to play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, that's... sounds good to me.
Yes. Very nice, very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the second and last video that's going to curve, or close up, I should say, our broadcast. Brought to us by Burnell, DSP. Everybody ignores me, or everybody ignores me, fuck off. And I'd be happy to stream without getting contributions. This is from January 22nd of 2020, our current year of gout. Here we go.
Viewer's choice event has been set in stone. The viewer's choice playthrough has been selected. Alright, so what is the game? The game is... Donkey Kong 64, or is it Donkey Kong Country 64? I honestly don't even know, because I never played it. And someone asked what came in second place in the polling for viewer's choice. It was Code Vein, but it was not legit at all. Like, I don't know why people who try to do stupid shit.
So, Donkey Kong, which seems strange, I guess one could say that he did enjoy playing the old Donkey Kong games, despite the fact that he failed at them miserably. I remember watching a lot of Dark Dave Mirror's streams on that nonsense. Absolutely horrible watching Phil play those games. Jesus Christ, it was just more and more painful as he played them. Anyway, so that's the thing. Shouts out to Dark Dave Mirrors. And second, I want you guys to listen close to this whole Code Vein situation. This is the game that in 2019 Phil skipped. One of many games, by the way. And it was one of the games that people were asking for intently. They were literally like, Phil, please play this game. Phil, please play that game. Please play that game. With people even offering him to actually buy the game for him so he could play it. Kept turning it down, kept shitting on it, kept not interested, yada, yada, yada. Now all of a sudden it comes up on the viewer's choice, right? Comes up on viewer's choice. It probably was actually first until Phil may or may not have manipulated the polls and was like, oh, I'm not playing that. We're going to play Donkey Kong instead. Which is funny with these viewer's choice polls, polls, that it's funny how usually what's winning all of a sudden gets manipulated into a bad spot, especially if Phil don't want to play it. It's real interesting how stuff like that happens. And then Phil has these very interesting cover stories about how you guys didn't actually want that game. That was what the trolls and haters were doing. They were trying to get over on me. You guys didn't want that game. You wanted this game. It's amazing how Phil does that. But let's continue.
Think that I'm dumb. Like someone went on there and basically they tried to record a ton of dummy accounts or stock accounts and vote with them to artificially inflate the voting for Code Vein so that Code Vein would win the poll and become the viewer's choice game. Guess what? He
said that for the last viewer choice game too. The last poll, he said that same thing. I think he said it for the poll before that. Just throwing that out there for those who remember.
I noticed it. Didn't even matter because Donkey Kong Country 64 beat it anyway. But even if that had happened, I would have been able to negate that. But someone was trying to cheat, basically. Cheat the system.
So even if Code Vein had won, he would have gone ahead and relegated that to the void, to the piggy ether, and picked the game that he wanted to play. He said it, not me. I implied it, but he actually said it.
But it ended up being Donkey Kong anyway. So, let's continue on. Junior Mint, 007 Cheer, 100 bits, says, you should jump on the roast me trend. I'll start. Your head looks like a big toe. There you go.
My head looks like a big toe.
I hate to tell you this, Junior Man. I think I originated the roast me trend because that's what all these assholes have been doing for years anyway. So, it's kind of hard to jump on a trend that you've been a part of inadvertently for how long, right?
And once you give that money, it's gone.
Continuing on, Atlas Telemon just cheered. He says, thank you for not killing off the Street Fighter streams, okay? It was close, man. I was on the verge of doing it because that one...
Oh, please. That shit was an idle threat anyway. Everybody knows it. It was an idle threat. It's one of the few games that Phil has any enjoyment in, despite all of his bitching and complaining, which is really just because of his lack of skill and his diminishing reflexes and reactions. I mean, it's all he really has. Ever. In life. It's all he has. So, of course, he was going to keep that shit. He just threw out the bullshit idle threat to see how people would react to it. Pure and simple.
Week was such a fucking boring week. We couldn't get matches. The matches I got were laggy. I could only find like 3 people playing. Someone was trolling. It was just a pain in the ass. But if you haven't noticed, recently they've been better. Like, there's a lot more competition now, for whatever reason. More people play. Usually there's like 3-4 lobbies going every Friday night now, which is good for variety because I can move between the lobbies and play different people in different games, which is fun. You know, I've actually played
what ends up happening is one, he goes in, picks Super Turbo off the jump, pretty much always picks Super Turbo for the most part, goes in, and whatnot, some third strike or alpha will end up coming up. He'll play around with it for a little while until he gets himself a nice little win streak, and then he'll get beat rather convincingly, and then he jumps to another lobby. I mean, it could be because he's bitch made. I mean, maybe he was born with it. Maybe it's pigbaline. I don't know. But that's certainly what it looks like to me. He'll have himself a nice little run of the lobby with some scrubs and whatnot, and then someone comes in, or one of the guys in there, you know, basically catches on to what Phil's doing with that pattern gameplay. They beat that ass, and then he cries lag, and then he runs. Pure and simple. Or Evil AJ pop up, and then he definitely run. So, take it for what you will.
People that are really good at like hyper fighting. That guy I played last week who knew Honda, dude, he was pretty good. He knew like some really good stuff about the hitboxes of Honda that I didn't know in hyper fighting. He moved my ass. that was fun to try to beat him, you know, challenge myself. So that's a good thing. I like variety, and that's the thing, is that if you're playing the same 2 people over and over, it's not variety, so that's a good thing that there's been more people playing, and I will keep playing Street Fighter, old school Street Fighter, as long as I'm able to, and we get that kind of fun and variety, so let's hope that it continues. Okay? Good stuff? Alright, so people are going to sleep now.
Piggy translation. You guys keep giving me money, and I don't have to hold Street Fighter hostage. So, as long as you guys keep giving me money, we'll be good to go. Oh, and Evil AJ don't show up. Everything will be fine.
Said we don't want to hear the technicalities of fighting games. What's hilarious is people always complain that I wasn't technical like other people who stream fighters. They're like, man, you know, when Justin Wong streams, he explains all these technical things. So you learn so much when you watch a Justin Wong stream. And when Phil streams, all he does is rage and complain. So now someone asks me a technical question, I answer, and people put out Resident Sleeper emotes and say that it's boring. Well, tough titties. Okay. You sound like a seal when you laugh.
I mean, you're not technical, though. That's kind of the first thing. Like, your gameplay kind of explains all that. Secondly, you never really explain anything. If Phil gets beat, Phil tells you why he shouldn't get beat, and he tells you how the last sequence, if you will, of events should have played out to his favor, but it didn't. Because, and this is kind of like the resident excuse, I pressed my button on reaction first, so I should have won. There's nothing technical about that. You crying about lag is not technical. What Justin does is he takes that match and he breaks it down in a very common sense type manner to where, 1, you understand it, but 2, you can actually act upon his explanation. If you understand Japanese, then Daigo does it as well. So does Takedo. But if you're on the YouTube channels where it actually shows the translation at the bottom, you can still get it. You know what I'm saying? When you watch like Ryan Hart, when you watch IFC Yipes, when you watch any of those guys who stream on the regular or semi-regularly, you get it. Phil doesn't provide you with any of those things. You really want to learn how to get shit down technically, especially for the old Street Fighter games, go and watch either James Chan or Maximilian. You're not wasting your time with those guys. But watching Phil is just sit down for the rage and that's it. Don't expect much more of anything to come out of that.
Well, I already knew that. At least you didn't say a goat, because I think I do sound... Actually, I guess I kind of sound like a goat, too. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know how you think I would capitalize on it. The thing is that sadly, I don't really play the new games. I don't like the new games. So even though I have all this technical know-how, I don't think I could ever use it in applying to the new games. I could sit here and talk about Super Turbo till I'm blue in the face, but who cares? Super Turbo is an ancient game. It's competitive community.
Thank you for admitting that you can't. That one of the reasons why you don't play Street Fighter V is because any information or knowledge you have, you can't apply yourself to that. Or sorry, you can't apply any of that to Street Fighter V. And because of your laziness and your willingness not to learn the new game, is the reason why you're pretty much garbage at it. And yeah, it's fun. You can beat up on scrubs all you want until those scrubs actually get good, and then all of a sudden you can't compete. So yeah, thanks for admitting that. Thank you for going ahead and basically pointing out your limitations, which people have been saying already for the longest. Good job. He's learning. He's accepting. This is a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is a bit of a milestone in the life and times of DarkSydePhailure. You should be proud. Don't be proud.
Is very small compared to modern games that are newer games. So it doesn't matter that I know all this shit. No one really cares. I don't know how you think I could capitalize upon it. Okay?
How much longer do I think I'll be on the internet till I die?
Vincent did 100-bit cheers. I think we have yet another troll. It's Sedella fan. Oh, really? Why do you say that? Okay, let me see here. Well, first of all, this person's account is referencing someone who used to be a viewer of mine who people constantly trolled and attacked. So I think just having that name is kind of fucked up. Okay?
What about all the people that Sidella trolled? Well, maybe he didn't troll. He was just being a fucking idiot. But what about all the people that he attacked? What about that? Yes, he has a disability. That's not an excuse. That's not something to waver off. If that was the case, Phil, people might have left you alone a long time ago.
So, in reality, I'm looking at his chat logs. I don't think he actually said anything inflammatory at all. but I think it's messed up that he's using the name of someone who was bullied here on my chat. So I would recommend Fan, change your goddamn name. Alright? Change your name. I don't want to ban you.
Wait a second, but when Tevin's name was thrown out over there as a meme, a very weak meme to say the least, I mean, that was allowed to go on. People shit on Wings over there in your chat, and that's all good. But Sidella comes up, and all of a sudden, he needs to change the fucking name. Yikes.
Because you actually didn't break the rules yet, but at the same time, that name is not very kosher. So please change your name. I think when you made this account, you kind of knew what was going to happen. Alright? Alright, I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you a chance. Alright. Now, Vincent says, Rick Grimes Dimes called me a bitch. Oh, really? Let's take a look at this. You know, can I just come back from break and play a game and have fun and not have to look at a bunch of things people are snitching and insulting each other? What is going on here?
Kids are idiots. Kids are complete idiots.
Well, let's see. He did. He said, you are a bitch, come at me, bro. You are a kiss ass. Rick Grimes Dimes, why are you insulting another stream chatter? I feel like I have to at least time him out. Okay. I'm trying to be nice. I'm going to time you out, Rick Grimes Dimes. Don't insult other stream chatters. Stop getting into trouble. Stop insulting other stream chatters. Okay. I received a $1 tip to hear that apparently has something to do with this stupid fucking detractor meme that I don't care about. Thank you for the $1 tip and the info. I guess that makes more sense now. Alright, but only this person's going to know what I'm talking about. I guess this makes more sense now. I had no idea. Thank you for the $1 tip. Okay. Please don't bother me with this shit. I'm serious. Like, don't bother me with this shit. I'm told you, I'm literally so fucking fed up at this point that I'm losing my mind with this nonsense and I don't care about it anymore. So please don't even bother letting me know. I don't want to fucking know anything about it. You know what they say? Ignorance is bliss. The less I know about what dumb shits are saying about me constantly, the better. I just want to fucking have fun here on stream and play Dragon Ball, please. I don't need to be inundated with their nonsense, so thank you.
Tough shit. Live with the repercussions of your actions. Opposable, yeah. Basically, everyone in the chat is basically being trolling and shit, and no one's talking to me, and no one's addressing the game. So I'm just gonna fucking focus on the game. I'm not gonna let my stream be derailed by people being stupid.
But despite the fact that you're letting it be derailed right now, hence the reason why you're lashing out in the first place. I mean, this is your reality. I don't know why, if this didn't change 2 years ago, for example, why would you expect it to change now? You keep doing dumb shit and people keep bringing it up. It's kind of the ebb and flow. It's how this thing works. It's how the machine continues to run. I don't know.
What they're going to do is complain the game is boring instead of talking to me, which is exactly what I said on the fucking pre-stream. I said, if you think the game's boring, talk to me. We'll have fun today. Everyone ignores me, so fuck off then. I'll just play the game. Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic. Seriously, that's the attitude I'm going to have, because I'm not going to let the same 10 people who come here every day sit and whine that the game's boring. I'm just going to enjoy the game for myself then. And I'll talk to Vincent since he seems to be the only person who's liking the game. King Marvel says, how's the game going? I like the game. I wish more people would talk about the game and talk to me instead of being assholes and ignoring me, so. Well, wait for people to talk to me. No one's really talking to me right now.
We're 37, by the way. We're 37. Lashing out like some child. Crying for mommy's attention. I just wanted to put that out there.
No one pays attention to the game. No one pays attention to Phil. And I just banned someone insulting another stream viewer, so fuck off.
PW Dubs to the dollars, I think it's a huge misconception that you beg for money. It's just that you're honest and tell others when you need help. That's very admirable about you. Right, and you know, if it's a stream where contributions are low, I'll say something like, you know, it's a slow stream tonight. Not that anyone has to do anything about that, but I just make factual observations, you know? But people want to say stuff like, oh, he begs, whatever. If you think that everyone's
Wait, I thought you said you don't beg during gameplay. I thought you said you only do that during pre-streams. Uh-oh, that's a bit of a discrepancy.
And is trying to actually make a living streaming is a beggar, go ahead and say it then. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. I'm successful at it, so I don't give a shit, okay? Okay.
I eBay.
You're successful at begging? Okay. What happened to being an entertainer that puts out quality content? Content that you're proud of? I guess that got shot out the window.
Right? You're constantly asking your viewers and your fans for contribution.
Sparring King Cheese says, you never really beg for contributions. In my opinion, you let us know ways you can help you. You make clear that contributions are not mandatory in each and every pre-stream. You know? You're right, I do it on purpose. I want people to know that. I just like people hanging out with me. If I didn't have to raise money on stream, I wouldn't. Like I said, I did gameplay stuff before I could even make money doing it. So I don't know how anyone can even argue that unless they're a complete idiot. Oh, oops, I think I just spoiled. Okay, wait, what am I doing? I'm smelting. Shit.
What is up with my goatee? It looks even more patchy than usual. I trimmed it a lot. I trimmed it down a lot tonight, so it's very light, a light goatee. And now you're seeing tons of white hair. I trimmed off a ton off of it, and it's almost purely white, so that's why it looks like that. So there you go. Sure, I had to lie about things because I had to protect my family, right?
Epic Knight did a $1 tip. He says, why do you have a $100 goal every stream? Because you gotta reach for the stars. Because then if you don't reach the stars... Excuse me, I completely screwed up I completely screwed up that quote. The quote is as follows. You reach for the moon, at least if you don't reach it, if you jump for the moon, you'll at least land among the stars. That's not the proper wording, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you should always have a lofty goal, even if you can't reach it. You know, at least if people could, you know, contribute and try to make it, it still helps anyway, right? Right? I can have a $5 million goal every stream, but that's not very accessible, not very realistic. Every stream that I do a $100 goal, we don't hit it. I'm not expecting to hit it every day that I do a $100 goal. In fact, I'm very happy when we do. I'm surprised when we do. For the level of attendance that.
So then who cares if then to be honest, who cares then if it's $100 or if it's $1,000 goal every stream? I mean, if we're gonna try to reach for the stars here, I mean, who cares what the amount is? Even if who cares if they even hit it? If you're giving them something to work towards, right? Isn't that the point? No matter how unattainable it is? I don't know.
And the amount of people who come on here, and the fact that it's usually the same regulars anyway, I'm very happy that I get any contributions.
I told you guys I'd be happy just to stream without any contributions.
Wait, I thought you said that most of the time it's just the regulars, the same old regulars anyway. But I thought you said that there's always new people coming onto your streams and checking it out and saying, oh, well, Phil, I used to watch a lot of detractor content, but now that I'm over here on your streams, I realize that, you know, it's not so bad, man. You're actually a pretty entertaining guy. Where are all those people at? What happened to that cover story? I'm so confused now. Womp womp.
Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. Seriously. Fuck you, you fucking greedy piece of shit. Fuck you. No, and I mean that too, sincerely. From me, fuck you.
You know, but it just so happens that it fell into my lap that I became a full-time YouTuber and then a full-time streamer the way that I did. I never intended for this to happen. And I say every single stream before I start, I say contributions are not mandatory. Contributions are greatly appreciated. Contributions keep things going, and contributions are essential for my continued success. However,
contributions are mandatory, or not, excuse me, boy did I screw that one up. Contributions are not mandatory. I forgot the key word there. Not mandatory. I'm happy to just have you guys come by and, what a slip of tongue. I'm very, very happy to just have you guys come by.
Wow, that's kind of shaky. I can kind of see where Bad Bunny got it from. I mean, granted, we all knew this the first time around. She slipped up, but you can kind of see it.
Hang out with me on a daily basis.
so if you have no way to contribute and you don't want to contribute, and you don't have to be a part of those $100 goals that I put out every stream, and it's fine. No one's going to hold it against you. No one's going to complain. No one's going to yell and scream and stomp their feet. No one's going to be entitled and demand that you sub for $5 to their stream, and that they can't understand that why someone wouldn't because they're greedy or something, you know.
So as you, the YouTube viewers, there's two things you can do to help. Number one, you can attend this Saturday's stream. Check out the actual stream at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DarkSydePhailure. I'll be streaming 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on March 23rd. Come by, say hello, and contribute. Only tipping that's going to help. Now, if you absolutely cannot make it to the stream on Saturday, all right, you can still leave a tip. You can still do it. If you watch my videos all the time here on YouTube and you appreciate the fact that despite the fact that YouTube makes me almost no money whatsoever to upload the videos here, I really do it as fan service for you guys who've been longtime viewers of mine and love watching my stuff. A lot of you even say you can't watch the live streams for whatever reason, but you can watch the on-demand videos on YouTube. Great. Please, if at all you can, please be supportive and leave a tip. You, the YouTube viewers, people who only exclusively watch on YouTube, I really need your support. This is it. This is the most important stream coming up I've ever done because I need to raise these funds, and if I don't, I'm done. I'm probably going to have to sell my house and have a horrible year where there's going to be all...
That sounds pretty mandatory to me.
Kinds of less streaming because I have to move and figure stuff out. It's not going to be good, okay? It's going to be a very stressful, negative thing that honestly, you know, do I deserve it? No. I've worked my butt off, and it just sucks that so many things have happened in the past few years to screw me over and make me not able to afford my taxes at this point.
No, you screwed yourself over. So yeah, you kind of did deserve it, to be honest.
Point that I need your help.
I would never do anything like that. Because that's not the mentality that I have.
Like I said, this is my passion. I love gaming. I absolutely have gamed my whole life. I've loved sharing my gameplay experiences with you for the past 11 years, and I'll continue to do so even if I couldn't make $1 doing it. What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
But the reason we have that goal is because it makes sense to have a goal. Without a goal, people have no idea what we're going for. Having an idea what you're going for can motivate people to actually contribute more. These are all very, very common things that streamers do. I'm certainly not the first person to do it, and I definitely won't be the last. So that's why we do those things, okay?
Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. That I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you.
No, let's let it finish up. Let's let it finish up.
No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, give me a second to kind of clean up, and I will be back in just a second. Hopefully.
Hey yo, I just want to say shout out to my red bike. It got stolen about a year ago, and I think about you every day. But, you know, now I got a blue bike, and it's not the same, but it's a new life, a new journey. So, rest in pedals, red bike, I love you. I like to bask in the tropics with a flask in my pocket. If you act on a brolic, I'll start laughing and mocking like a charismatic parrot that is a comic. Now I'm feeling like
alright. Okay, guys. So, where are we at with all of this? Let me turn it down just a little bit more, just in case. I don't want to feel like I'm battling it. Alright. So, time to wrap up. Thank you to Burnell yet again. So, let's see, one of the lowest streams of my life. No, that, to be honest with you, that reminds me of almost every stream he's ever done where the contributions were low. You could literally put them all together and have them run on, and the only difference would be either whatever game he's bitching about or what shirt he's wearing. Other than that, same shit. Let's see, I can't leave YouTube money alone. That was a pathetic excuse for why he couldn't rerun his streams on Twitch. It's really, really sad. And another thing too, that I'm just now kind of realizing, is that he wouldn't want the detractors to clip that, or clip mainly what is being said in his chat. He doesn't want that used against him either. I kind of just thought about that. Still, pretty sad, pretty stupid. It is what it is. And that, and to be honest with you, he gets donations, and he doesn't even have to acknowledge them. He wakes up the next morning, and he has a nice little pot of money waiting for him. Not even really a pot, but he has a nice little stack, a very small stack, but a nice little stack of money waiting for him when he wakes up. You would think he'd be happy about that. I don't know, whatever. He's the businessman. He's been failing on his own for a long time, so it is what it is. I'm against reaction videos, despite the fact that the retrospective is just that. It's just, we're literally reacting to him and John videos. Guess he didn't think that went over. Everybody ignores me, fuck off. We've heard this before. Phil is starved for attention, and if you're going to show up to Phil's stream, you should be talking to him and giving him money and giving him positive reinforcement. If you're not doing any of those things, you're kind of useless. So you guys shouldn't be surprised by that. I'd be happy I'd be happy to stream without getting contributions. That's a lie. Phil, from what I think all of us can generally understand, does not do anything unless he's being paid for it. Period. Unless he's being compensated in some way. Period. So it makes that statement that much more egregious to even fathom that he would do something out of what one could consider, even though they shouldn't, the good of his heart or for the love of it. Come on, you think he chased that 4th place finish at EVO for all those fucking years just because he loved the FGC? Fuck out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. And I'll see you guys for the next broadcast. Sorry that this one was kind of short. Some small technical difficulties, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. But you have my apologies in advance, though. But, yeah, I'll see you guys for the next broadcast, whenever that may be. Hopefully sooner than later. And hopefully you guys enjoy your day moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dspnews, always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh yes, a GTG Network and Productions. For the Snort Report, I've been your host, /anchor, GTG, and I'm signing off. Take care of yourselves, guys. And remember, SnortBucks, the best beverage company. Catch you guys later.
Like the swing of Ken Griffin and the felt of the velvet. I said hell with a helmet. I can tell that you're jealous of the smell of the shellfish. Don't tell me I need a haircut. You can't walk a mile in my shoes cause I'm barefoot. Boss taking the toke, God's making the joke. With a Mickey Mantle rookie card close pinned to my spoke. I'm partying with the dead like Dia de los Muertos. People look at me funny cause I'm a scarecrow, but I don't care bro, I'm snacking on apricots. I need my space like an astronaut. I'm in the sun chasing rum with the juice of a plum. In a singing mood and drinking booze like a pump. Someone stole my red bike, so I bought a blue one. I was sad, but fuck it, I got a new one. Chasing rum with the juice of a plum. In a singing mood and drinking booze like a pump. Someone stole my red bike, so I bought a blue one. I was sad, but fuck it, I got a new one. I wanna live in Bolivia, be oblivious. I'm sick of always having to deal with these idiots. The ignorance is ubiquitous and it's hideous. When I get lucky, that's when I'm the wittiest. When people don't leave me alone, that's the shittiest. When people leave their phone at home, that's the prettiest. Going on a hike shouldn't be considered hippie shit. It's okay to spend some days away from your affiliates.